Hello, guys. Welcome back. Going into the third hour here, a third part of RollPlay Solum Week 26. Neal, what's going on?
All right. So, the lady Morrowhammer returns after a 15-minute break and finishes up dinner with you guys. Everything goes pretty normal and uneventful. Leia, you have no real problem hiding. The room is big enough that if you just tuck yourself in a corner and sit there, you'll be okay. You do get a little hungry watching everyone eat all this delicious food
Yeah.
after you had such a rousing and a rocking and didn't get any food after it.
Yeah.
So your stomach does grumble a little bit, but no one notices.
Wouldn't I have like tiny bits of rations in my on me?
Yeah, but eating's an action.
No, it's supposed to be attacking actions.
Oh, I guess we did
Or
set that
spell
precedent.
casting. Yeah, technically I could Oh, but the food would be not invisible. Never mind.
Right.
Wait, the food was casted invisibility with me, so the food would be invisible, so I could eat the food.
Do you bring food and eat it?
No. I just wanted to make sure I could.
I have not confirmed that you can or cannot.
Yeah, I won't risk it.
Okay. If you change your mind, let me know.
Yeah.
Cool. So everything wraps up, and as dinner is finishing up, Lord Cathorn comes over to you, JP Zanzel, and says, "If you would like to check out my daughter now, make sure that she's in good health. That would be fine." I pauses and looks over his words for a moment. And says, "You are an old enough man that I trust you not to try anything. However, I will station 2 guards outside my daughter's door just to make sure."
I
And gives
uh,
him an eye.
I stand up as he's talking. He came over to me, right? He wasn't
Right.
talking
This is
across the.
this is as everyone's getting up and clearing the table.
Yeah. I like put my arm around him, and I'm and what is this guy's name again?
Lord Catthorn.
I just say, my lord, I haven't. I kind of like look around the table, and I look into his ears, but it's been 7 years since I felt anything down there. Okay, we're good. We're good. Don't have to worry about it.
He smiles and nods and says, "Good. I had taken it. I expect as much, but when a man loses his daughter, he gets a little overprotective. So they'll be out there in case you need them or in case she needs them."
I understand.
Okay.
Are we free to go then, Mr. Dutch?
The Duke turns to you and says, "Of course, you are not bound here by any means."
The gates are open then is what I mean. We can leave the city.
Oh, no, the city gates. No, 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 no. I still need you to find out who took her and put that man to death.
May we have full access then to Morrowhammer's house?
His eyebrows raised and he turns to look at her. She says, "Excuse me. If I were to have stolen her, I would not have brought her back."
Yes, but you understand she was found in your basement, so there could be some evidence of how she got there. We would have to check that.
I am not a common idiot. I have searched the basement. I think she crawled in there in the night just to keep warm.
Have I been walked away
no
at
Mr.
this
Duke,
point?
is it correct then that we find a place where perhaps a spell was cast, we're told to leave there because this person's important? Your daughter's found in a basement, but she's not an idiot, so we can't search her house either. Do you actually want this crime solved, or should we just make sure that all the rich people are, untouched, and maybe we can solve it otherwise?
Lord Catherine says, Now, there's no need to descend into classism here. Of course, Lady Morrowhammer will be happy to let you search her apartment. It would not be a problem whatsoever. I would not want any doubt to be cast on the quality of this investigation or to be hiding any secrets. As for as for Lord Riktar's grandfather's tomb, his grandfather was a known sorcerer. His tomb is filled with the relics of his day. If that is
We
the case,
found evidence that's been recently used and cleaned.
the Lord Catthorn raises an eyebrow and looks at Riktar, who says, "I occasionally go down there and clean the foyer, dust it. I spend time down there in prayer. It's where I go to clear my mind. It's a sacred place for me.
And what
And
spells
there are
do
no
you cast
spell
down there?
component. I cast no spells. There are no spells to be cast down there.
You know that's
There is
illegal.
a circle engraved in the old rites as a magic circle, I believe, but I couldn't use it even if I wanted.
So then, if you just go down there and pray, you don't mind that we investigate this place.
It is. It is my grandfather's tomb. There's nothing there that you need to find. I promise you, it has nothing to do with your investigation. I encourage you to search.
Do you pinky swear, though? Because that's all I really accept.
Do you hold out
I
your
don't
pinky
know what
when you
this
say
pinky
this?
swear is, but
Look,
I will give you any oath of man or god to assure you.
If you can give us a day to investigate there, it'll be clear. We don't ask that we be there indefinitely. We just need to clear it off our list. We have reason to believe that some spells were cast from there, and if that's the case, you know that could be the sorcery. The guard talks about blanking out. There's people being spotted at the graveyard. There's reason to believe this is part of the investigation.
Lord Catthorne says, "Oh, is it possible that someone else entered your grandfather's crypt without your knowing?"
There you go.
And Lord Rookshire says, perhaps. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, but fine. If you must search it, then I'll meet you there tomorrow after the noon bells ring. We can look at it then.
It's a date.
He shakes his head, shakes Lord Catthorne's hand, and walks out.
Lord Catthorne, I am confident that we will get to the bottom of this. Please, though, if you hear more, let us know, since we are captive in the city until this crime is solved. It is of the utmost importance to us that we do this thing for you. So, if you hear anything more, please relay it to us so that we can complete our investigation.
He nods.
Your dinner was fantastic, by the way. Your daughter is lovely, and I appreciate everything you've done. We'll do what we can.
Thank you. Are you staying while Lord Zanzil does
yes.
my daughter physical? Yes?
He's an old man. He gets lost quite easily. I'll stay behind to make sure that he finds his way back.
I will. I
Excellent,
do get lost.
Perhaps, he points to the captain of the guards, perhaps the two of you can spar or practice. The new captain could use a little touch-up.
Is it me and the guard, or the captain you're talking about?
Yeah, it's you and Tariq. He points to the two of you as he says this.
Tariq has a rich history of practicing. Or was it Tariq? Yes. Yes. Tariq, would you like to spar with this man?
You're muted.
Oh my god. All right.
Have you been muted this whole time?
Yeah, I think I have.
He's like, why is everyone being so mean to me?
All right.
Let's just keep ignoring Ryan, people.
I would not mind a brief sparring, but I would like to ask a couple of questions of your dinner guests, if you wouldn't mind, before we get to it.
What would you like to know?
Lady Morrowhammer, it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said you found Delilah down in your basement.
Yes.
What was keeping her there? Did it look like Delilah went down there herself, or was she changed?
I was just cold, Delilah says. It was nighttime and I was cold, so I found a basement to sleep in.
You realize that's crazy.
So, Delilah, you're saying that you ran away yourself and that no one kidnapped you. Is that what you're claiming?
She kind of stands there for a second and then turns around and storms out of the room in a huff.
Also, well, do you mind if Zanzil asks... Do you have any way of making her answer questions, by the way? Like if Zanzil wants to while he's doing the physical
She's always been a willful child. She needs a steady hand, and her mother is not around. Servants do okay, but you need more than a servant to raise a daughter.
It takes a village,
Ooh, shit. Ah, oh, god damn it. I'm invisible. Never mind. Ah, oh, fuck.
The idea crosses Victorian's mind that maybe what she needs is some good old loving as well.
Can I try to follow Zenzel when he goes off?
Why would you?
Totally.
Yep.
All right, Zanzil, you take, the Lord Catthorne grabs two guards and walks up to Lady Delilah's room with you. Opens the door, It's locked. He pulls out a key, unlocks the door, opens it, hands you a key. In case something happens, I don't know. She's been in such a storm lately. Turns to the two guards, hands them the other copy of the key, and shakes his head and says, "Good luck. I'll be in my study. The guards will take you there when this is done. Let me know what you find."
Will do.
And he walks out.
I
Delilah
wait
is
outside the
on-
door, however close they'll let me, by the way. But I'm
Okay.
with them.
Yeah, you can hang out with the guards and the. Well, I thought. Oh, so you're gonna hang out there while Tariq spars?
Yeah, Tariq spars.
Okay. You hang out in the hallway. Leia, do you sneak in while Zanzel walks in?
If it seems possible without hitting
Oh,
anyone,
it's totally
yes.
possible. Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, then I'm gonna sneak in.
Okay. You walk in, Zanzel walks in. Delilah is on the bed, and she looks over at you and goes, "What are you going to do to me?"
Isn't it good with Neil's voice?
Yeah.
And one of the guards
Uh,
shuts the door.
I
And
like
she
how
winks.
I have my hands like this, and I'm just like thumbing through them as I'm looking at her. I'm like, well, first some questions. Where were you 2 nights ago, young lady?
Neil, can I go hide somewhere? Do I see like a hiding spot where people wouldn't
She's
hear?
got a pretty big bedroom. It's abysmally large. It's the bedroom of a very wealthy child who's had everything she's ever wanted.
Like, basically, I want to use my character's judgment to discern if I could go like hide somewhere and cast ESP without being detected, and then recasting invisibility on myself.
There's nowhere in this room where you have 100% guaranteed chance of casting ESP.
No claws or anything like that?
There's no closet. There's a wardrobe that opens out, but it's a piece of furniture.
All right.
There's a small balcony, and you could probably go and hide behind the balcony. But depending on like if the conversation inside went to a lull while you're like trying to whisper your spell, there's a chance she would hear you.
Is
It's
the
unlikely,
chamber pot
but
big
there's a
enough, Neil?
chance. The chamber pot is too small.
Okay. Could
Ladies
you try?
don't poop. Don't you know that?
What if is the door of the room closed or open?
Closed.
Okay, so I can't get out now. I'm stuck.
Yeah, there's a balcony out front.
And is it open to go there?
Yeah,
You could commit suicide if you want. Yeah.
you're
I'm
on the 3rd floor. You just break your legs.
I'll go on the balcony and I'm gonna cast ESPN.
You're gonna go on the
As-
balcony and cast ESP.
If, according to
ESPN.
my judgment, it seems reasonable that they won't hear me.
It's not perfect, but I mean, there's a chance that they will hear you, or there's a chance that someone on the grounds below may see you. But that it's a chance that you're gonna you can take if you want.
No, I'm gonna keep listening. I'll wait a bit. If I'm in the balcony, do I hear them or do I not hear them?
Oh, absolutely. The balcony doors are wide open. It's a set of like French doors. They're quite large, and then there's windows on either side of the door too. So anyone,
Okay.
if you're standing up and casting a spell, someone would see. You'd have to like lie on the floor or like sit in a corner or something to not be seen.
Ooh, prone casting. I like it.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna like chill by the balcony for now.
Okay.
It's like,
all right, JP, you are investigating this daughter.
Well, I asked her where she was 2 nights ago.
I was with him. We're in love, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
And who is him? Does he have a name? Do you at least know his name?
I'm not telling you anything.
Well, it's just between me and you. I don't have any reason to tell your father.
I have no reason to tell you.
I just start like looking around her room, and I'm like putting my fingers on something or like rolling it off the side of a desk, just investigating the room and all of her belongings. Does it seem to
Everything
be?
looks pretty normal. She seems pretty spoiled. She's got everything you could ever want.
Okay. As she says that, I'm like, I once ran away with a young lass when I was little, just like you.
How'd it work out? You seem alone now.
Well, we were married, had many kids, and she died probably 5 years ago. I tend not to think about it. I go, if you want to do this properly, you should let other people know. Otherwise, you're just going to be a headache for everyone else, including yourself and whoever you're planning to run away with.
She kind of just looks away and sits on the bed.
She goes, or Zanzel's kind of just like looking at everything, and he goes, "So, is it safe to say you were not kidnapped? You were simply with this man?"
She says nothing.
Is she like making like head movements and like turning away as I say this stuff?
I mean, she's already got her face turned to you and is just not looking at you and not talking and just kind of keeping quiet. Kids, right? Just never answer your fucking questions. Just sit there being quiet.
I say, your father's
So
asked me
frustrating.
to look over you and make sure that there is nothing wrong with you. Is there any reason for me to do that? Or should I just report to your father that you are perfectly fine and healthy?
Just tell my father I'm fine and healthy and nothing's wrong with me and they can just forget about this and it's all okay.
You said there's a balcony in this room?
There is.
I go over to the balcony. I'm just like looking out. Is there any way, like how tall up or how far up are we?
It's the 3rd story. It's like a 25-foot fall.
Is there a ladder or anything?
No.
Can I whisper to him without her hearing it? Since he's really
Hopefully.
close.
Try it.
So I'm not sure.
I mean, when you whisper to someone, you whisper to them. It's very hard for someone to hear. Maybe if she's got like magical hearing, she could hear you. Or if there's an invisible person standing next to you, it's probably fine.
I bump into the other invisible person. Okay, I just whispered to Zenzel. Should I cast ESPN? He can't reply, yeah.
As I'm looking out, I just kind of like shake my head side to side instead of up and down.
Okay, yeah. I don't cast ESPN.
And I just like keep shaking my head and look down, and I'm just like, children will be children, I suppose. Well, I will go and report to your father if there's any questions you have for me or anything like that. Remember, I am a complete stranger, and these conversations will remain between us two.
No, you're just going to report anything I say to my father, and I know it.
For what benefit do I have for this? I care
You
not
work
of
for
your.
him.
I care not for your father or the politics of this town or the money that he is to pay us. It will go to my
Then why did you
compatriots.
try and do this if you don't care about the money or the
Because
town or the politics of the father?
I'm more interested in the ongoings of things that are beyond our comprehension. I'm looking for knowledge.
So are you some sage or something?
I've been called that before, yes.
Well, there's nothing here
Well,
for you
where-
to see.
What about other places? Is there something elsewhere that we should
Sure.
investigate?
Sure.
Where should we start?
I don't know. Another town, another city, another kingdom.
So you just want us to go?
Yes.
Fair enough. Good night. I like go and put my key in the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as I like open the door completely, are the guards like right next to the door, or?
They're on either side. They're far enough away that the door won't hit them when it opens.
Yeah.
They're trained to
I open
stand
the
by
door
doors.
completely and say, would you like to come to your father's quarters with me? I'm basically holding the door open for a very long time without blocking it.
I've got you.
I go through, Neil. I go through.
You slip through. She says, "No, I don't even want to speak to that old man. He's such a buffoon. He doesn't
Can
understand anything."
Can I grab Zenzel's ass as I go through?
Totally.
Would I think she would see it? Probably not. That makes no sense.
Your call.
I'm doing it.
Zanzel's grab ass is an attack. You become visible and everyone kills you.
Oh, you're trolling me. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's fine. You squeeze Zanzel's butt. Zanzel, you feel a ghostly figure grabbing your behind. Please react appropriately. Or however you deem your
He
character.
might think it's the girl that's lovely.
How would you? Well, I know you're in. I guess I would just like. I would like kind of like urge forward a little bit and look very uncomfortable. Be like, all right, you have a good day, ma'am. I'll have a good one. Bye bye.
The guards shut the door behind you, collect the key from you, and ask if your business is completed.
Yeah, to the best.
Do we
of my
find anything out,
abilities.
Zanzel? Anything at all?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's best if you accompany me. I don't think it's best if these men hear it. However, we should say
All
it
right.
in front of the Duke.
Sure.
So we go to the Duke's quarters.
The guards lock the door behind One guard stays at the door, and the other one walks with you guys. And you arrive in the Duke's quarters. Let's switch over to Tariq. Tariq, you are sparring with the new captain of the guard.
Indeed.
We don't actually have to go through the sparring thing because it's more friendly combat than the last time.
Right. We can just assume I kick his ass thoroughly.
Yes, actually.
Sweet.
He compliments you. He's like, "Wow, you swing that sword with such speed and ferocity. I've never met a fighter of such strength."
Well, thank you for the compliment. If you continue training, you will get there too one day.
Tell me, your armor is magnificent. Where did you get this?
It's been so long. I've had this full plate mail in all its glory for quite some time. I'm told that they're rare in these lands, but I haven't had too much of a trouble acquiring one myself.
Yes. Well, they do take some time to make and quite expensive. Only the best smiths in the world could make such fine armor. Is there anything that you'd like to ask? You guys are making conversation. Yeah.
So, what did they tell you about your being assigned to this job? How the position came to be open? The last guy that had it.
Well, I used to be Helgar's right-hand man. That was the previous captain of the guard. I know his duties in and out. I've done them for him when he was bedridden or ill or out of town. It's a job that I'm quite familiar with. As for Captain Helgar, he says with some reverence in his voice, I don't know what happened to that man. He was a great fighter, someone who was never afraid of anything. To see him powerless and sobbing in the streets, robbed of his own weapon by a simple thug he is not the man that I knew. I fear some dark work is afoot here.
And what of the man before this attack? Was he a good fighter? Was he an honest man?
Captain Helgar?
Yes.
He was an amazing fighter and a very honest man. If he says that he was protecting the Lady Delilah with his life, he was protecting her with his life. If he says that someone swatted his weapon out of his hand and he can no longer fight, I don't understand it, but I believe his word. If he told me the sky had turned green, I would believe him.
Well, I must say, if myself and the rest of my friends ever come across this being who did what they did to Helgar, we would be in for quite a fight.
He nods slowly. Yes. Well, hopefully, if your friends are as strong as you are, you might be able to best them. Although I think you would have trouble with Helgar yourself if you two were to spar off. He was truly a swordsman that you meet only once in a lifetime.
Well, maybe if we get this whole mystery solved, we could perhaps clear his name.
He nods and kind of looks down for a moment, then realizes, he's representing his people, and he stands up straight again and goes, "Well, yes," and you guys continue to make small talk or whatever. But he doesn't address that in particular.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to get out of him?
Nope.
Okay. Give me a charisma check for your interactions with this guy over time. Because you definitely did better in sword fighting than he did.
13.
Not very good. You're coming off as kind of calloused and, what do you call it? Aloof. And after a little while, he starts, do you think he was a good sword fighter? The new guy, the new captain, starts getting a little kind of prickly and upset at your questioning, and eventually calls the sparring practice to an early close.
Okay.
You arrive at the quarters where everyone's talking in about 5 minutes. So you got the rest of the party arrives at the Duke's quarters, his study. He's in a satin smoking robe and has a book open on his lap and a big fat cigar clenched between his teeth, and a glass of some yellowish alcohol at his side, unless he's drinking apple juice. But there's no apple juice left in the entire city, so maybe it's urine. It's probably whiskey.
Okay. We all walk in. All
Mhm.
of us are there.
The three of you are there. Tariq's not there yet, and one of the guards walks in.
Just like, my lord, I have news of your daughter.
Oh, excellent. Did you investigate her thoroughly?
I did, however, it was more of a soulful examination than I think you were looking for it. I believe she is under a spell as old as time, sir. I believe she is in love, and that's where she has been the past 2 nights. Run away with some... Who knows? Who knows?
Some man that incapacitated the captain of my guards?
That is the story that I was told.
When you said you were a surgeon, I had hoped that there was something that you could do for her. But if not, that is unfortunate.
I believe a surgeon is not what you are looking for, sir. If you wish to change
A physician, a surgeon, they're the same
the
thing.
persona of your daughter, I could perhaps return to the room. However, I did not want to act on things I was not sure of.
She has handmaidens aplenty, and we have doctors check up on her regularly. I do not mind you seeing my daughter undressed if it is to examine her. That's why I posted the guards outside.
Are you asking me to examine her or to perhaps change her? What are you really
What
getting
do you
at,
mean
sir?
by change her?
You said that you wanted by examining her, you were looking for other things. I assume. Am I incorrect?
I don't understand. Speak plainly, sir. What is it that you wish to do?
I don't wish to do anything except help you, sir. And it seems that your daughter has been quite a pain in your side as of late.
Yes, tell me about it.
Do you know how she is escaping with this man that she claims exists?
The man that she claims that she loves?
That is, yes.
There is no man. At least there was not until 3 days ago.
Has she always been in her room chamber?
She's
Room
always
chamber.
she's always been a moody child, and she does spend a lot of time in her room, but I am led to believe by my friends that most children spend a lot of time in their rooms and are moody. This is an impressionable at a young age, or so my sages tell me. Still, she is my daughter, and I care for her.
I guess the next question is what is it you wish us to do? We will continue this investigation, but I'm not sure where it will lead. Your daughter has been found, and it seems everything is returned to the order.
Tariq, you walk in now. Well, your man Victorian, he says, pointing at Victorian, said he was going to investigate Lady Morrowhammer's house and Lord Ricktar's grandfather's tomb, correct? That is a good
Yes.
place to start, I assume.
I believe if we are to investigate these things, we need some sort of writ of passage or something from you that will make it so as to be able to slip in and not be bothered. We were kicked out of the graveyard this afternoon. It was quite troublesome.
Yes. Well, Lord Ricktar is an old friend of mine, and I trust him completely. If he had wanted to murder my daughter, he could have done so a million times by now. It was perhaps presumptuous of me to stop you from that, and I apologize.
So we have your word that we can go unaffected?
Yes, I shall write you something up. And he goes over to his table, or puts down a cigar, goes over to his table and draws some ink and quill and starts writing some things. And as he writes, he says, if there's anything you need, anything at all, please don't hesitate to ask. This is of the utmost importance. I've closed the walls and will not open them, nor the harbor, until this matter is put to rest. There is a murderer in my town, men.
And you spoke of great prizes, of course, rewards.
Any reward you want, if you can bring the man who has... Well, my daughter is safe now, so... If you can find this murderer, we will reward you as needed.
Yeah, don't forget that part, Neil, because that's the part that makes us know that this is bullshit. So
Makes us know that this is bullshit.
yeah, because you're not ever going to give us all those prizes. There's no way in fuck that you would ever do that. So don't forget that part. That's how we know that there's some evil about to happen.
All the plate mail. All the plate
Yeah,
mail.
right.
And all the magical items from the tomb.
Neil stopped doing that a long time ago when we started killing all his bosses and just getting him anyways. We've taken up enough of your time, sir. We will check on these things in the morning and report back to you if we find anything.
Good.
As we leave, I say so. Truly, you found nothing with the daughter, Zanzel?
I didn't want to say this in front of him or in front of everyone. Do we have any guards around?
We're in like
us
a
or anything?
huddle in the
There's
hallway.
a guard walking behind you, some 15 feet.
Okay, I mean, is he approaching towards us or just like
He's escorting you, but giving you some privacy.
Sure. I say very calmly and quietly to Victorian, and I would assume I know this. I don't know the spell, Nil, but I would assume that I've known about a charm spell before.
Yeah, you've heard of charm spells.
Okay. I tell Victorian that I believe she is under the effect of a spell called Charm, where she will do whatever it takes to serve whoever casted this spell, even if it means lying to me or her father or anyone else.
Are we in agreement then that we think our number one suspect is Lord Andy Richter?
I would think so. He's the only one that we've known to have had spell casting in his veins.
Leia, are you up for another night of reconnaissance?
Him. I'm like invisible. Sure, yeah.
I thought you...
Nope,
Walked
I've
in
been
with us.
invisible the whole time.
She did, but she's invisible with us the entire time.
That's why I haven't been
Oh,
talking.
but I said to follow us, so I'm assuming you're still with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you guys, but that's why I haven't been talking, is because I've been invisible the whole time.
Are you good with that, Leah?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm already invisible. I'm ready to go. Just need
Alright.
Zenzel to join me.
So I need you to infiltrate Lord Andy Richter's house, and he knows that we're investigating the crypt tomorrow, so find out what you can. Be safe, though. I think he is the man we're looking for.
I ask, I guess, you're still invisible, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just like, Leah, did you perhaps, I don't know how to talk from one wizard to the other, so I just say, did you perhaps memorize Dispel Magic for the day?
Yes.
Perhaps we should try that on the daughter before we leave. Who knows when we will have her.
Huh.
It would at least make me look either smart or dumb, per my accusation.
It's a good idea. Let's...
Think she's magically charmed?
I do.
Yeah, you were just there. We were discussing it. I
I
turn to
think-
the guard. Guard, can we see the milady real quick again? One more time.
He looks back to you. Of course. And starts escorting the three of you up there.
God, I'm still.
I'll distract her while you guys do your wiggly finger thing. Is that okay?
If I cast, I'm gonna be visible. I would need to.
Yes, you'll be with us.
Yeah, I un-invis before we do that, Neil.
Well,
Okay.
not if the
There's a
guard is
guard
there.
standing right
Yes.
behind you, and
Oh.
he goes, "Oh my God! What the fuck? Where did she come from?"
Oh my God!
No. She means
draws
she
his
goes
sword.
like
Yeah.
around a corner or something.
I
The
mean,
game doesn't end when Jen forgets that there's a guard right behind us.
Yeah, I know. Just be more careful of that shit, Jen.
Yeah, sure.
Because one of these days, I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah.
One of these days, it's going to
Maybe
happen,
that's
and you're going to call
sometimes-
foul play. Just-
Yeah.
And you and
Maybe
Jen will
that's
have your
sometimes
weekly
it's-
visits where you reroll a new character and
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like such a hustle to like undo things and like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but that's part of the game. That's part of the difficult being able. Like, shit, I've cast a spell. Now I'm invisible, and there's people around. I can't just re-visible. Like, that's a huge issue in the world.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
it's part of the game. You have to deal with that.
Okay.
all right. So we get led back to the milady.
Okay. Jen, do you like run around a corner and revis or uninvis or something?
Yeah, I will look around everywhere and I'll make sure I get visible when there's nobody looking.
So you run around and uninvis, and then try and catch up with the party.
Yeah.
Let's deal with the rest of the party. Party, you return to the room. There's the one guard outside, and he looks at you and says, "Are you back for more questioning?"
Real quick questioning. The friends will be just behind me. You can watch. I mean no harm. I'm just going to ask her a couple of questions.
He starts unlocking the door. At this point, Jen shows up, and the guard who is trailing you turns around and says, "Who the hell do you think you are barging into the castle?" Or
She's with us. She was
House.
running an errand. She had some bed work to do earlier.
Oh.
She,
my
she's
apologies.
here now. Yes, of course.
This
No
this
problem.
this is my daughter Leia. Please meet her.
The guards unlock the door, open it, and who walks in?
I walk.
lead.
All of us.
I guess.
Yeah, we all walk in.
Trouble.
You all walk in. You look about, and she is nowhere to be seen.